Hello and welcome back to Loquitur Gaming. I'm continuing on playing my Role Player Adventures campaign. I'm trying to finish up some of these campaign games that I got going. I've only got a couple more scenarios, I think, for this. So get this done because I've got more campaign games and stuff that I want to start. But I want to get through. I want to see these stories out to the end. So I'm just going to dive right in. I'm going to go on to Adventure 8, Dragons of the Sunken City. Before I do that, I got to finish up the advancing the party from Adventure 7. So the first thing you're supposed to do is, shuffle all of these to create the market. This is actually a really interesting sequence that they have in the advancement. You're supposed to prepare the market first, then you spend your XP, then you buy stuff from the market. So let me just shuffle and flip all of these. So that's blue and green dice manipulation. That's fairly interesting. I'll show them after I flip them all over. I really would like to get another scroll because right now my shaman's class ability is not great. Charm is to flip a purple, so weak was any die to either purple or red. 8 minus charisma on the charm card. We've got a decent amount of charisma on Mr. Newton. All right, what's our scroll card gonna be? Can get a black die. Okay, that's interesting. So the scroll's getting a little bit more interesting now with the... How many times am I going to say interesting in less than 2 minutes? With the Shaman's deck, if we get that one. Leather Greaves. Who's got leather? Because you can play any number of leather stuff together. We've got one piece of leather over here. They're all the same. They'll have the same wording on them. We've got runic and chain. So we've only got one of each over here, I think. So we're not doing too good on building armor sets. Do we need more blue and green dice manipulation? So we've got a flip. We've got blue manipulation there. We've got decrease blue or green, but this longbow is increase blue or green by 1 or 2. We've got a decrease black or purple. We've got a lot of stuff that can change into red, I think. So here we've got to change into red. We've got red into anything. Because this weak card can turn something into purple or red. Here's charm. That's flip a purple, which could be interesting for this deck because we have this banish card that gets 2 purples. So let's look at what our scroll cards are right now. Because our shaman ability is for 1 bonus play token. We can basically play any number of scroll cards that we want. They all are spent cards. And this is up for offer in the market. It's a scroll card that adds a black die. And we've got 15 gold. We got a lot of gold from last time. So I'm thinking maybe the flip purple. We've got some purple manipulation. Red, white manipulation. Is being able to change to purple. Well, what could we afford? This would be 4. This would be 8 minus charisma, so that would be 8. We would have 7 left over. And then maybe we should get the leather. All of those would be going into this deck. I don't know if the leather's better. Is the flipping better, or would be 1 or 2 from the longbow better? I mean, you probably should get the leather because, I mean, that's just like a free play if you want to re-roll. I'm probably going to get the Dispel. I didn't put this stuff out because I'm going to see what I spend first. So that's 4. I've got 11 left. This just seems like a good deal. This is flip 2 purples, actually. So that's 8. I've got 7 left. I think I'll get the... Well... Yeah, I think I'll get the blue and green manipulation for this deck. So that's 5 plus 8 is 13. That leaves me with 2 out of my 15. I'm going to have to find my pencil and my card sleeves. Yep, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to cut away real quick, clean these up, get my pencil and my card sleeves. I'll be right back. Okay, so the next step is to spend experience points. So I have a current bonus play limit of 5. I've got 18 XP. So what I wanted to do was buy another bonus play limit. I have a combat dice limit of 5. I really like having the bonus play limit though. Combat dice limit, you get 3 rounds of combat. Yeah, you get attacked after the first 2 rounds and the 3rd round before you lose the fight. But the bonus play limit gives me more card plays during skill checks and during combat. So I like that aspect of it. So for the bonus play limit, it's the current play limit. My current play limit is 2. Current bonus play limit is 5. So you add those 2 together is 7. Then you got to add 5 on top of that is 12. So I got to spend 12 of my XP to get a 6th bonus play token. So that leaves me with 6 XP to spend. Now, the mastery track, I could spend 4 to have each person go up a cube. I don't know if I want to do that. What I was actually thinking of, and I'm actually just going to stick with it, is, well, I was supposed to do this before I bought from the market, but, well, it's not making a difference. I can spend 1 XP if my character's health is below 25 per hit point. We're both at 21. I'm going to spend the other 6 on 3 hit points per. So we're going up to 24 health. All right, easy peasy. And that just leaves us with no leftover XP. All right. Okay, so setup for Adventure 8. We got the map out. I got an XP on A, E, D, and F. So there's obviously going to be more stuff that comes out. The party journal is already set up. We don't have the title infected. We got our favor on there. We're pretty far down with Dragul. We're still up with the King and Starlet's Door. I got my hands of cards. I got my class card. I filled up the rows. So this was something that was different. So we got to put token 6 on the space with the little like star symbol, which is kind of hard to see on there. And then we have to randomize encounter tokens 1 through 4. And then fill in these empty spots. So it looks to me like here, these encounter tokens are going to fill in the map because they're like dead in the middle of one of these quadrants. So we're just going to spin them around. And if they got close to something, that's where they're going to go. Then the other thing for setup was, at Castle Carlaval, you rescued King Taryn from the Ghost Eaters. He insisted that you accompany him to Cuddy's Landing, a port city on the eastern edge of Nalos. If your king's favor is 1 or higher, we read beginning 1. Taryn has promised you a pardon in time, but for now he travels incognito, keeping his face darkened by the hood of his cloak. He explains it is currently advantageous for the enemies of Nalos to believe he is dead or lost in another world. When you arrive at the shore, you hear a strange melody reverberating across the eastern sea. It has begun, King Taryn says, the Song of Dragons, an ancient spell. They plan to raise Miros, their ancestral capital, from the bottom of the ocean. In Miros, there is an artifact of great power. One way or another, we must get to it before they can. We have to reveal title card 78, place our marker on location A, and then read entry A. Okay, so we've already got our party marker on A. We have a backstory here on A, so once we get to a place where it says we can move to another location, we have to read that thing first, and that's for our devoted path. And this will be the last one for devoted. Now, something that I was thinking about, I've been picking the lawful good, like the good choices, but now that I see how it works, like we got the lawful and the good card last time, so I might not want to end up exactly in lawful good. I might do something to adjust that, just so we can get some different cards, I'm thinking. So what was I doing? Oh, title card 78. Title card. $78 and $95 fell out. The king chose you to accompany him on a mission of great importance. Like it or not, you had little choice but to follow him. Only the king can prove that he still lives and thus save you from the gallows. They kind of missed a letter on the U there. It says, save yo from the gallows. Only he can save yo. We have got a ton of titles in our title deck. Okay, so let's go to A. If there's no XP, go to A1. Otherwise, collect the XP. Find me a ship, the king commands. Across the beach, you spy a small seaside tavern called the Golden Hope. As the king leads you toward the tavern, something slips from his pocket and drops into the sand. He appears not to notice. Reveal discovery card 69. Discovery card. Come on, get out of there. Taryn's ring. So this is an item that will cost us 1 fatigue to use. You slip it onto your finger. Entering the tavern, you're surprised to find that you can hear the patrons speaking even when their mouths do not move. Eavesdropping on the voices floating in the air around you, you identify 2 captains seated at separate tables. One is Giselle. Her thoughts reveal that she and her crew of frogkin and elves believe their ship, the Emerald Dawn, to be the fastest in the port. She's also secretly a member of the Eye of the Starlit Door. The other is Kaimon. Many of his crew are dragonkin and dwarves who seem disloyal to their captain, but their ship, the Iron Tide, has notably strong armaments. A few of his crew adhere to old superstitions, believing the dragons to be gods. You feel suddenly woozy. Your head is pounding. When you slip off the ring, the pain immediately subsides. So apparently the ring can help us read people's minds. So we should remember that if we're in a place where we think we need to read people's minds, we will use it. Because our starlit favor is high and our Dragul favor is low, it kind of sounds like, you know, that's the way they want you to go. So we're going to hire the Starlit Door ship, hire Captain Giselle, and the Emerald Dawn. We go to A2. When you take a seat at Giselle's table, the captain is busy writing in her leather-bound journal. Strange symbols and sketches fill the page. We seek an audience, King Taryn announces from beneath his hood, with Verandor, Queen of the Dragons. Captain Giselle's crew of elves and frogkin burst into raucous laughter. And the captain closes her journal to glance up at you. Then you're very foolish, she says, or very brave. The dragons have settled high on Dagger Peak. That's on the Isle of Winter. We can take you as far as the shore. So the Isle of Winter is this body of land up here. Reveal Discovery Card 37 and place 1 XP on it. Record the key word Emerald. All right, we got a couple of things to do here. So Discovery Card 37, we're gonna need an XP for it. So with XP, that's gonna be a piece of the map. Oh, it's our ship. Keyword Emerald. This goes in square 2, which is right here. Place an XP on it. Okay, new rule, board the ship. In this adventure, the heroes have acquired a ship which is docked at this port, the Emerald Dawn. To take the board the ship action, place your party marker at location C on the Emerald Dawn, then read entry C as indicated on the revealed discovery card. So this has use an item rest, board the ship. I'm pretty sure that the board the ship, or because it says use an item, we have to do our little thing from the backstory here. When given the option to move to another location, resolve all backstory encounters at the location before making any choice. I would think board the ship is move to another location, even though it doesn't technically say move to another location, because we would be going from location A to location C. So I'm going to do it. It's Devoted, Chapter 8. Devoted, or not chapter, it's Adventure 8. Dragons of the Sunken City. You see a familiar face at the bar. It's Kata, the healer. When she sees you, she rushes to your side. I came as fast as I could, she explains. I was told that I would find you here, but I'm afraid you do not bring good news. The fever has grown worse. It may be too late for your son. If the devoted player has the personal title Azima, yes we do. We don't have mischief. Yeah, we have Azima, so that's 8-2. The illness has spread throughout the village, she explains, but many saw a vision of Azima and were healed. I'm afraid your son wasn't so lucky. His sickness is too advanced, and there is a small chance the potion could cure him, but I'm afraid it's extremely unlikely. She takes a deep breath, giving you a moment to let her words sink in. There's a girl in our village about the same age, she says. A few days ago, she came down with the fever. She has a much better chance to survive. Kata is convinced the potion would save the girl's life, but even though the odds are against it, there is still a small chance you could save your own son. Is it wrong to put your family first, even if it means denying someone else the cure? Tell Kata to try the potion on your son, or tell Kata to heal the girl instead. Well, I want to try to shift our marker just for the selfish reason of seeing some different cards. So let's try to save our own son, 8-4. I would have probably, I don't know, maybe I would have always chosen that. Devoted player, move your alignment marker down. The healer does not appear pleased. I will do as you ask, she says, and send word as soon as I know whether or not the cure was successful. Devoted player, take 2 dice from the supply and roll them. If the result is 9 or higher, record the personal title Miraculous. Otherwise, record personal title Unfortunate. After reading the conclusion of this adventure in the storybook, return to the Backstory Codex and read Devoted End. So actually, I think we're supposed to... there's at some point where it says if you're doing more than one, where does it say that? Devoted end for, if you're playing with dual, read lives in the balance. Yeah, okay, so after this story concludes, we come back and read devoted end. We have to first see probably if our son's going to live or not. 9 or higher. Those are not good odds. We rolled a 5. Shoot, it wasn't the miraculous one. I'll just have to remember. I'll look at it when we get there because I already closed the book. So not the miraculous one, but the other one. Okay, that's this done. And I don't think I'm going to put the ring back on. I think I'm just going to board the ship. Our options were use an item, rest, or board the ship. We do not need to rest. We will board the ship. If you have the keyword winter, no. If you have the keyword mist, no. Keyword northern, no. If there's no XP, there is. Otherwise, collect the XP. Giselle leads you to a thin ship made from white oak. Barking orders, she sends 3 frogkin crew scuttling up the mast to raise its bright emerald green sails. There are no cannons aboard, but a giant ballista stands armed and ready. The ship's spellcrafter shows you a small stockpile of scrolls. If you have any hope of reaching the dragons, the captain explains you'll need to fly, not sail. There's a nest of great eagles on the Isle of Winter. They might take you to its peak. A dragon with an injured wing has also seen landing somewhere in the northern archipelago. So that's here. From beneath his hood, the king adds, we also have an interest in the sunken city of Miros, in the place you call the Boiling Mists. Giselle smiles. I share your interest, she says, but Miros lies at the bottom of the sea. You'll never be able to dive that deep. Shuffle the scroll deck and reveal 2 cards. Place them face up next to the adventure map to create a market. While at location C, you can buy cards from the market. If your starlit favor is higher than your king's favor, it's not. We would have gotten a discount. New rule, disembark. When the party ship is adjacent to a location marked by an anchor icon, move the party marker from the ship along the path to the connected location. New rule, sail and disembark. When on a ship location, sail by moving the ship card 1 space vertically or horizontally. Before entering a space with encounter token, resolve the encounter token as normal. If the ship is adjacent to a space connected by an anchor item, the party may disembark. So we can buy scrolls, use an item, rest, disembark, or sail and disembark to another location. Scrolls. We got to create a market. We don't. Well, we've got 2 gold. I doubt we're going to find a scroll that has a cost of 2. Where should we create the market? Off to the side over there. How about you and you? So we can add a green die for 4 or a white die for 4. Just know that those are available when we are on the ship. Disembark. I do not want to get off the ship. So if we sail, so let's see. Oh, so that's why this one was a 6, because you have to go here if you want to dock there. Okay. Let's go to this one first. Then we can sail back, go this way, up that way. Maybe we'll avoid that one. Buy a scroll, use an item. Do we want to use Taryn's ring? We've got like so much health. We've got 24 health. Let's just try it, see what it says. It's a fatigue to use it. Taryn's ring. 72, 70, 69, 97. The moment you slip the ring onto your finger, your mind is bombarded with a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions coming from Captain Giselle. If you have the title Captain Giselle's Ire, if you have the title Captain Giselle's Debt, otherwise continue reading. You try to make sense of the captain's thoughts. There's an image in her mind of a giant sea creature lurking in the ocean's depths far beneath the ship. Rather than filling her with dread, the image appears to be a source of curiosity. She considers various spells in her possession that might help her summon the beast from the ocean's floor. Why she would ever consider doing something so reckless remains unclear. Maybe that's why she has an interest in the boiling mists? Oh, wait a minute. Did it? Hang on. What did she say about, from beneath his hood, we have an interest in the sunken city of Miros. I share her interest, she says, but Miros lies at the bottom of the sea. You'll never be able to dive that deep. Okay, I think we need to figure out some way to dive before we go towards F. Let's go the other way then. So, we're going to, is that everything from 69? I know we don't have any of those titles. We can use another item, rest, disembark, sail and disembark at another location. So wow, to get to the Northern Archipelago, I think we have to say, so how does the sailing, how is it worded? When you sail, when on a ship location, sail by moving the ship card one space vertically or horizontally before entering a space with an encounter token resolve. So it says sail and disembark at another location. Well, I want to sail to the Northern Archipelago, so we're going to go this way from here to here, and then we can disembark that way. Okay, so let's see what the encounter is. It's encounter 1. Now we go to the Tome of Encounters. Did I put those dice back? Looks like it. All right, we are in 8. Adventure 8-1. As a dense fog forms around you, one of your shipmates holds up a brass compass and the needle spins wildly. The others begin muttering about sea witches and black magic, and the captain calls for silence. You listen carefully to the wind. It sounds less like a breeze and more like a howl of pain. Without warning, another ship emerges from the fog. The captain steers sharply to the port side, and the two vessels scrape past each other. The other ship glows with an eerie, mysterious light. Its sails are white and ragged. On board, you spot Xerath, the witch you met in Falandor. She has a large chain wrapped around a ghost eater, but she appears to have lost control of her new pet. The creature is ripping the soul right out of her body. If you have the keyword emerald, we read this. If you have the keyword tide, read that. So we have emerald, 8-21. Xerath, Captain Giselle gasps. She orders her men to pursue the ship, and then she turns to you. You're with me. As the emerald dawn nears the ghostly vessel, the captain jumps on board, and you follow at her heels. Distracted from her meal, the ghost eater releases Xerath and hurls itself towards you through the air. Okay, we got combats with a nightmare ghost eater. So this is gonna be great. Ghost eater is 17. And not only is it a ghost eater, but it's also nightmare. Band of nightmare. All right. Nightmare sucks. After rolling the dice pool, return all the dice with values 2 and 4 from the dice pool to the bag. But at least the ghost eater doesn't need any 2s or 4s. 2 green 1s, a purple 5, a white 5, a blue 6, and either a white or blue 6. We got to get this blue 6 covered. I don't have my dice tray. I'm wholly unprepared for today's gameplay. So, our combat dice limit is 5. I need a blue, so let's do 2 from here to get a blue. There's 2 greens up there. The rest of these damage are not that bad. We really do not want to be rolling 2s and 4s. We can get a red. Any number to a 6, 2 purples and a black. Five combat dice limit. Maybe we should take at least 1 green. Just keep it even. Do 2 from that side. There's 2 whites up there also. So let's take 1 from each side for a white. That may be 2 randoms. Where is the... this is what I was looking for. The one that tells you how to play. Let's go with 2 randoms. I think we have a purple. Was one of our familiars purple and white? That'd be a good die to pull out of here. Got a purple and another blue. So all of these dice are relevant. So we got the enemy. I spent stamina. And we built the dice pool. We got a green 2 and a blue 4. After rolling the dice pool, return all dice with values 2 and 4 from the dice pool to the bag. So, white 5. Where is our blue? We also got a purple 5. We need to get this blue die up. So I know we have a blue. Yeah, but first let me look at my familiars again. I might want to get a familiar die out of the bag. Return a skill or trait card from your hand to the deck to gain golden XP. No. So black or white's not really helpful with that familiar. Black or blue's not great with that one, except for manipulation, I guess. It could be okay. So we just got this longbow. This is actually the card I was looking for. So I might want to play that. I could do Jade Gauntlet to change any die to a 6. I should probably keep that in case I get a blue or a white here. Okay. We've also got Ancestral Blade. Ice Bear is white, or sorry, is blue and red. I think that's my last familiar. Yeah, it is. Am I just going to take damage, or do I want to add more dice? Like, can I get... I can't really get any dice of relevant color out. Green to anything, anything to a 3. After rolling the dice pool. So this is interesting. If I add dice and they come up as a 2 and a 4, that's not rolling the dice pool anymore, is it? Add a die of your color. That's green. I'm going to do this. So this is add a die of your class color to the die pool. Newton is green class. Okay, it's a 3. So that's 1 play for Newton. 5 to any color. Grin Taker is just add a die of any color. I think I'll do that and get another green die. So our 2 cards are played on this side. Okay, we got a whoops, it was a 5. 5's not that helpful unless I can flip it to a 1, which I can. So, do I have my decrease in here? Yep. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to Ancestral Blade to increase this blue die to a 6 to cover this 4. So that's a discard. That's 1. I will longbow to increase a green die by 1. So that's 2. Now I got a bonus play to use Negotiate to flip a green die to a 1. Then I'm going to do another bonus play to use my Sling to decrease a blue or green die by 1 or 2. So this 3 can go to a 1. So now I'm in need of a white or blue 6. So with Domesticate, I could pull any die out of the bag and make it a 6. And then I have ways of changing dice colors. So we'll play Domesticate to pull a random out of the bag. It's red, but it gets set as a 6 because that's what this card does. You get a random die and you set it to a 6. And that was needed to be a bonus play. And then we're going to do another bonus play here. To turn anything into green or white. We'll turn it to white to go there. All right. Nightmare Ghost Eater my butt. Gain rewards for covered dice slots. 1, 2, 3 XP. Return all dice and round markers. Then return the cards from discarded spaces. So we used only discard cards on this side, and these were all spent cards. We used 4 of our bonus plays. Flip the rest token, but it's already up. And these I will put away later. Go back to the storybook. You subdue the Ghost Eater, read 823. You managed to beat the Ghost Eater into submission. Xerath scrambles to her feet. Thank you, she says. I've made great progress, but I think it's fair to say I have not fully domesticated this particular beast. Captain Giselle wraps her arms around Xerath and manages to land a quick kiss on her cheek. And thanks for saving her, Xerath hands you her staff. When you part ways, Xerath sails her ship east, but it vanishes before ever disappearing across the horizon. Reveal rare card 41 and title card 72. Rare card 41. 1. Xerath's Staff. Reroll any number of dice of your class color. I like red for combat rerolling, probably, so we're going to give that to Karen, our Centurion. And it was title card 72. Rescuer of Xerath. You rescued the witch Xerath from her own pet ghost eater. If you had not been in the right place at the right time, it is unlikely she would have survived. Okay, Xerath's Staff. Got my dragon shields here. Now our options are to rest or to sail and disembark at another location. I'm going to rest, so we have to flip this over. I want my bonus tokens back. And my spent cards. We're going to roll 1 die each. So we got to spend an XP for that. Red gets 4, green gets 5. We refill these. 2 there. 1 there, 3, 4, 2, 4, 4. All right. And that was this one. We sailed there. We're going to continue sailing there, so we got to do this encounter. Encounter 2. All right, 8-2. If you have the title Vampire's Thrall, or if you have the title Vampire's Prey, we would read something different. The vampire was way back in part 2, I think. We have Vampire's Executioner. No, so this would do something if the vampire was still alive, but he's not. So instead we read this. The ship reaches a small island with lush forest and sprawling green hills. The crew is unnerved by a strange sound emanating from the island, a dull mechanical hum. The trees shift suddenly as if bending against a breeze, and before anyone realizes what is happening, the boat is overtaken by a swarm of mechanical birds. The winged assailants whistle to each other as they fly frantically back and forth across the deck of the ship. Perhaps the sounds are the flock's way of coordinating their movements. We could interpret the birds' signals so you can control their movements. That's an intelligence and wisdom check. Or we could scare the birds away from the ship with brute force, with strength and dexterity. We've got a ton of intelligence and wisdom. So we're going to do 8-15. It's hard to concentrate with so many of them swirling around you, but you notice that the birds chirp using different pitches. Far from random, the sounds appear to be connected to their movements. If you can figure out their pattern, you might be able to bring the birds under your control, or at least steer them clear of the ship. So we got an Interpretation 3 skill check. These level 3 skill checks are no joke. And I haven't even got to a level 4 yet. So 8 dice, 3 white, 3 blue, and a white or purple. So we're looking at a ton of white here. So this is 2 white, 4 white, 2 blue, and a purple. Blue, blue, white, purple, white, 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 and white. So 5. 5. So we spent 14 for 7 dice. The dice limit is 8, so we get 1 random. Got another purple. So I think that's everything. Spin stamina, we did that. Add the random die, we did that. Roll the dice into the dice pool. The problem with this is with so many of the same color, your manipulation with cards gets harder. A white 2, a white 4. We could probably take that down. The blues are pretty bad. Those are pretty bad. Adding dice of a dice of my skill, or what am I trying to say? My class is not helpful. I could re-roll. Play any number of these additional leather armor to re-roll. One of the purple. Do I need to do that? Maybe not. Any color die to a 5. So I should probably play this onyx cube to just get one of these blues to a 5. Those were both 1s, right? So there's not any real benefit of like flipping it. Unholy flail. Do I have something that I can turn? Here's another thing that I could do. Rune bones, very similar. Any die into a 3. Any color die into a 3. So now I need to make a 4. I've spent 2 cards on this side. This one is probably just, hey, let's make that a 5 with my vampiric skull. Do I have another one that changes? Change all dice in the dice pool to the same value. Change a die to white. That's not going to be helpful. Red to any color is not helpful. 3 or 4 to any color is not helpful. Re-roll a red or white. Runic pendant is flip a white. Don't I have another white manipulation? It must be on that side. Get a random die and change it to a 5. But I have that. Okay, I'll just use the vampiric one. Vampiric skull is a spent. It's either a flip or up or down a die or re-roll a white die to make that a 5. So purple manipulation is going to be on this side, right? So we're going to get into our bonus plays. Yeah, here's the spell book. That's the other card I was thinking of. That's the one that can change a white die. Looking for my purple up and down. Don't I have a purple? Yeah. Yeah, increase a black or purple die by 1 or 2. We'll change this one to a 3. That can cover that white spot. So we need to make a blue 4. So I can turn a 5 into any color. I don't know if I have something that can change cards into blue cards. I can change green into anything with this card. So decrease a blue or green die by 1 or 2. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to change this purple die, this purple 6, to green with honesty. Any color die to green or white. So now we're sitting at green. That's 2 on this side. 2 plus a bonus play on this side. Now that it's green, we're going to use Sling to decrease a blue or green die by 1 or 2 with a bonus play to go down to 4. And then we're going to use another bonus play to turn what is now green into any color. So we will turn it from green to blue to cover that spot. Okay, gain rewards, 2 experience. Return all the dice and any modifiers. Flip the rest token. Go back to the storybook. I can leave that there. The meaning of the sounds becomes clear. 8-17. You study the birds carefully, gradually matching the sounds they make to their movements. You discover a fairly simple pattern. Different pitches trigger different movements in the flock. Putting your knowledge to the test, you start to whistle, telling the birds to break their pattern and fly away from the ship. The swirling cloud of mechanical birds that suddenly flies back to the island and disappear into the trees. It probably should say the swirling cloud of mechanical birds then suddenly flies back to the island and disappears into the trees, not that. So we can rest or sail and disembark at another location. I'm sitting at 8 and 6. I really like having my bonus plays. So I'm going to rest again. With 6 and 8, 24 health. I think I'll be fine spending 1 XP. Unless I roll crappy. I'm just going to be safe. I'm spending the time to rest, so I'll just roll. I'll spend 2 XP. 3 for red. Puke. 9 for green. That was the opposite of who had spent more. So 4 there. 4 there. And I need 2 and 1. Oh yeah, I forgot to get the discard cards back, but I'm resting anyway, so that all goes back. Those go in there. Bonus plays go back. We did that. This is done. We sail here. Disembark into E. Wrong book. E. If you have the keyword poultice, which we do not, if there's no XP, but there is, otherwise collect. Thank you. You take a rowboat to the main island. Beyond the beach, you discover untamed wilderness. A trail of blue blood winds through the woods. It leads to a small clearing where you find a young dragon riddled with arrows. Though faint, you can still hear the other dragons singing from the Isle of Winter. The injured dragon attempts to join the chorus, but his voice cracks and he spits blood as he coughs into the grass. King Taryn begins to interrogate the dragon about Verandor's plans, but the dragon seems not to hear him. His eyes are glassy and delirious. The wet sand here is crawling with plump, juicy bloodworms. Reveal discovery card 90. Record the keyword northern. If you have the keyword treasure, which we don't, so record the keyword northern. We don't have the keyword treasure. Reveal discovery card 90. Bloodworms. Can we go fishing or something? So these cost a fatigue to use. If your Dragul favor is not, it's negative. If it was high, 4 or higher, we could speak to the dragon. We can use an item, rest, or board the ship. Let's use our ring. So that's a fatigue. Our ring is 69. If you have the keyword poultice, which we do not, we would read something else. As you slip the ring onto your finger, the thoughts of the wounded dragon fill your head like water slowly trickling into a lake from a stream. You see an image of 3 dragons. Their song is so powerful that the mountain trembles and rocks tumble off the cliffs down to the island below. They are attempting to cast a spell that will raise the sunken city of Miros from the ocean's depths. But something is wrong. There are too few of them. Their spell does not yet have the power they need to accomplish their task. All right. We can use another item, rest, or board the ship. I'm not going to spend a fatigue to look at the bloodworms right now. So I guess we go back onto the ship. And we're going to sail over to Boiling Mists. We got to do this one. It's number 4. Your ship is stopped by a Kingsguard vessel that has been patrolling the area. A member of your ship's crew leads you below deck. He pulls up 2 wooden floorboards to reveal a hidden crawl space and gestures for you to get in. It looks like a tight fit. Above you, you hear the captain speaking with a member of the Kingsguard on deck. It is a familiar voice. We've had reports, the speaker tells the captain, that the king's assassin has been seen boarding this vessel. If you have the title King's Company, we do, King's Company. We go to 29. We have to hide, King Taryn insists. You're wanted for my murder, and I can't afford to tell them the truth. The Kingsguard has been infiltrated. There are spies and assassins among them. They cannot, under any circumstances, know that I am here. With that, King Taryn enters the hidden crawl space and waits for you to join him. We can hide with him, we could fight the Kingsguard, or we could prove your innocence by revealing King Taryn. Let's hide. We'll go to 8-63. This is going to be a dexterity and constitution check, which we're not the best at. So what did I say? Hide with him is 63. -63. You jump down into the secret crawl space and slide the wooden boards back into place above you. So it's a concealment 3 check. So we've got black, green, and white. We've got 6 fatigue on this side already, so let's get a black die here. Actually, with our scroll cards, what do we get? Where'd you go, scroll cards? We can get a random that gets set to a 6. We get a black, 2 purple, and a red. So let's buy a green on this side. So that takes this side to 5. So now we're pretty even. Black and green. Probably should get another green, so we'll spend 1 on this side and 1 on this side for another green. Hiding at the bottom. And we'll spend 1 on each side for a white. And we have ways to change into white, plus we're going to get purple if we do the scroll thing. So I think this is good. So this is 4. Now we're going to get 4 randoms. One, 2. 3, 4. We might not have to use our scroll. We rolled a lot of low numbers. Let's see, we got a green 5, a green 1, a black 3. We need a purple 4, a green 2, a white 2, and a purple 5. I don't think we need to use our, our scroll stuff. I don't think I need to do that either. I can turn green into any color. Increase a black or purple die. I've got purple manipulation 5 to any color. I should have any color to a 5, right? But I got purple. I've got a purple negative in here somewhere. Here we go. This is actually 2 purples. So we'll do this. We'll do the glaive to change this into a 5 to cover that. And we'll do Vampiric Skull on this side to decrease this to a 2. Now, how do we get a black 4? Any color to green or white. How do we get a black 4? Do I have something to change that blue 3 or a 4 to any color? I'm going to get that blue to be green. I have to do a lot of color changing back and forth. Any color to a 3. Any color to a 5. If I increase a black die by 1 or 2, then it would be sitting at a 3. I wonder if I should... Let's play Leather Pauldron for our second card to re-roll one of these black die. Ooh, look at that. Perfect. Now we need a green 2. I have a green flip. I need to be able to get back to green. So I got to figure out how am I going to get a die to green. Oh, I can do this. Although this isn't the best. It'd be using a lot of bonus plays, which maybe I don't want to do. Oh, duh. I have this card. Any color die to green or white. How did I miss that? It was like the second card in my hand. Spending too much time looking at this hand over here, I guess. So the reroll was super lucky and very helpful. Gain rewards. 2 XP. Return all the cards from the discard spaces. So we didn't use any bonus plays, and we've only got 2 spent cards done. So we might not have to like immediately rest. Our fatigue is building up a little bit though. Return the dice. Flip the rest token. This can go back in here. We're going to move there. 64. The King's Guard soldiers carefully inspect the ship but do not discover your hiding place. Once they've gone, a member of the crew removes the floorboards and helps you exit the crawl space. So we could rest, but I don't think we need to. The thing is, though, maybe this is actually a good time to rest, because if we're going to have some kind of skill check here, then we'll flip it again. It spends XP. I think we're going to. Yeah, let's do it. So we'll rest. Just 1 XP, though. We're at 8 and 7. Where are the red dice? Floating at the bottom. And in between spending it and grabbing dice, I changed my mind. I've got a ton of health, but I just like being ready. So 5 on the red side, 7 on the green side. All right. And we're disembarking at F. We're disembarking in a fog bank, it looks like. F. If there's no XP, but there is, otherwise collect from this location and continue reading. If you have the keyword Pitlin, no, record the keyword mists, it says. Mists. So I guess we're just recording that we've been to these places once. If you have the keyword tide, which we don't, Captain Giselle insists that she takes you to the boiling mists in a rowboat, leaving the Emerald Dawn behind. The smaller boat pushes its way forward through the fog. Brushing your hand against the water, you can feel that it is warm. Captain Giselle brings the boat to a standstill. This is it, she explains. Whatever is left of the ancient city of Miros lies nearly 60 feet below us. They say that it is the city itself that heats the water, creating the fog. Many have drowned in search of the sunken city. I beg you to consider your options very carefully before you're attempting anything foolish. You can use an item, rest, or board the ship. Well, I'm going to get these ready because I'm probably going to, I don't know, maybe the bloodworms can, I don't know. Are we going to catch a fish or something? Let's use the ring. So 69, maybe we can read the minds of people under the water. Placing the ring on your finger, you find yourself able to read the thoughts of King Taryn. He is staring into the water, contemplating the city that lies below. As a boy, his father read him stories about the sunken city of Miros. Since that time, the city of dragons has been a source of great fascination for him. Use another item, rest, or board the ship. So let's see if the bloodworms does anything. You throw some bloodworms in the water. A giant shark circles the ship, slamming in it so hard that it nearly knocks King Taryn overboard. Okay, so that was a bad idea. Use another item, rest, or board the ship. So obviously we need some keywords. Pitlin or tide. So we'll board the ship. You know what I didn't do? I totally screwed up when I was over there. I did not go back to location C. So I should have read the keyword northern. Shoot. Captain welcomes you back aboard, but she appears concerned. No trouble with the dragon, she asks suspiciously. Even an injured Dragon can be a dangerous foe. How did you make it back alive? Erase the keyword northern. So we can buy a scroll from the ship, use an item, rest, disembark, or sail. So that didn't really do that much, except tell us to erase the keyword northern. I didn't screw up at location E, did I? I hope not. Now from the boiling mists back onto the Emerald Dawn, we have the keyword mists. So we go to C4. As your rowboat is pulled back on board the Emerald Dawn, Captain Giselle appears conciliatory. The city of Meros has been buried in the ocean for over 1,000 years, she says. If the dragons are returning now, there must be a reason. The world is changing. When the time comes, we must be ready. Erase the keyword mists. Then we can buy a scroll, use an item, rest, disembark, or sail to another location. All right, so, and it says the same thing about if your starlit door is higher than your Kingsguard favor, but it's not. So I think we'll sail. I have to erase the keyword mists. So the question is, do I do that encounter or do I just go up to 6? Let's just go up to 6 and then we'll land and see what's over there. Three, 4. So we're back at 5 again already. We've got 24, so we should be okay. As long as we've got our bonus. Oh wait, we did rest, so we get our cards back also. Six. A ship comes to rest on the water as the wind stills. A few yards to the starboard side of the ship, an impenetrable fog fills the horizon. In the sky far above you, you see a dragon and a great eagle engaged in combat. From this distance, they seem no larger than ordinary birds. The entire crew looks skyward, mesmerized by the battle. If you have the keyword emerald, we would go to 39. With the crew and King Taryn distracted, you take the opportunity to explore the ship below deck. You find Captain Giselle in her quarters, casting a spell from a scroll. Her first mate, a frogkin by the name of Julius, stands at her side. Julius presses his webbed fingers to his lips as you enter, warning you not to interfere with the ritual. Taking a closer look at the scroll, you notice a sketch of a large squid-like creature wrapping its tentacles around a large vessel. The parchment bears a broken seal of red wax depicting the symbol of the eye of the starlit door. If we can interrupt the spell or let Giselle continue. I'm trying to remember, what did it say when we read her mind? That she wanted to raise the thing? I'm not looking back for that. What I wanted to see actually was on that last thing when we left the... Could we use an item? We can use an item. When we're on the ship, we should use an item again the next time we get on the ship. So maybe we can fish with the bloodworms on the ship. Anyway, well, we have Starlit Door Favor, and this scroll had the symbol of the Eye of the Starlit Door on it. We'll let her continue. So it's a combat symbol, Adventure 841. You allow the captain to finish her spell. Finally, Giselle opens her eyes and she smiles at you. She's here at long last. Quickly, grab whatever weapons you can. With that, the captain races above deck. Not a second later, the ship lurches violently and you hear its planks straining beneath you. As you join your captain, you come face to face with an enormous Kraken, its tentacles wrapped around the ship. It has also grabbed a few crewmen and smashed them against the hull. The ship creaks against the weight of the creature. It seems as though the bow might break at any moment. Her body has extraordinary magical properties, Captain Giselle explains, but we'll have to kill her first. So she wanted it to kill it, not like to make it do stuff. Combat with the Kraken, card 37. I'm not thinking this is going to be easy. But that's fine. We're fine. Holy cow. At least there's no modifier. Whoa, look at the damage if we go into another round. I'll put it up there in just a second. A bunch of green, some red, and some blue. Look at those round damages, 5 and 4. So we might want to leave space. Those first 4, this one and these up here are all green. And then we got some red and some blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 experience from this though, so we can afford to maybe load up on some dice. You know, when I rested, I didn't refill this stuff. Those are 3s. We don't want 3s in there. One more for there. I don't have a good way to get green. And I think I only have 1 card to change to green. So we probably need to go all in on green if we can. 2 and 2. That's green and green. I can get some random dice out of the bag, I guess, with some card play. We only get 5 dice this first round. We need to get a green 2 to cover that 4. This is going to probably go 2 rounds. So we're going to take 5 damage, so we need to leave room for 5 damage. We got plenty of room. Let's get a red. So this is 5 and 3. Maybe a blue. And we'll go random for the last one. We only get 5 dice. Okay, we got another blue. Well, we got a red 3. Green. So I need to flip a green. So we've got negotiate to flip a green to a 1. So that's 1 card. Then I've got a spiked shield here where I can manipulate 2 green dice up or down. This one will go to a 5 and this will go to a 2. Whoops. Now, does my Ancestral Blade do 2 blue dice or 1 blue die? I think it's on this side. Nope. So before I start spending bonus plays, what can I do on this side? Any to a 3 is not going to help. Is my any to a 6 on this side? 5 to any color. Get a black or blue familiar. I could just get a random die out. Add a die of your class color to the dice pool. I should do that because it's green. Oh, a 1. Perfect. Yeah, that's 2 damage. So that's 1 card. Flip a green or red. I could add a red, add a black. This is a decrease, but this is only 1 blue die. Well, I mean, both of those cards would take care of the blue. That'd be 2 bonus plays though, but we're probably fine with that. So we're going to play Ancestral Blade to increase a blue die by 1 to a 6. Longbow, both of these are bonus plays. Is blue or green, increase by 1 or 2. Now we need a green die and a red die, a 2 and a 4. So the question is, do I spend cards to try to get this done and not take the damage? I'm gonna get a ton of XP though, so I'm probably just gonna roll a bunch of dice when I rest. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait. I get another card play for free over here though, so I might as well add something and try it, I guess. Flip a player's class card up. I don't need that. I need one that adds dice. Black or blue's not gonna help. Well, Grin Taker, I could just get anything, right? So let's get a green. Let's get a green. It's a 5. Do I have another green flipper? I've got... do I have another green flip card? I do. Okay, I'm just going to try to take care of it now then. So we'll do this as a bonus play to flip this to a 2. Then what I might as well do is, since I'm going to be playing a bonus card anyway, just get a bunch of dice with all of my scrolls. Setting it to a 6 isn't really going to help to get it to a 4, because I don't have a card that will take a red card down by 2. So I'm going to use my Shaman ability, move 1 bonus token. Play any number of scroll cards. They don't count against the play limit. But they cost a bonus play token. I have another scroll card in here. It's an interesting timing question, because this scroll card is flip 1 player's class card face up. I don't know, but I'm playing all my good scroll cards right now anyway. Okay, so red, 2 purple, and a black. I've got 2 bonus plays left. This one's a discard. A red, 2 purple, and a black. A red 1 is not great. We got a black 4, so I have a card on this side that I can turn any color into a red. Steadfast. And that cost a bonus play. Okay, got it done in 1 round. Whew. Gain rewards. So there's a lot of rewards on here. So we got a gold and an XP. Gold, XP, 1 XP, and then 3 XP on the top, so another 4 total. I used a lot of bonus plays, but I actually did not end up taking as much fatigue as I thought I was going to. Well, I mean, because we got it done in 1 round. If this went into other rounds, That would not have been nice. What did that staff do again? Reroll any number of dice of your class color. Oh, yeah, so any number of red dice I could reroll. Okay, these discarded cards go back into hand. That goes up there. Kraken goes over there. Flip the rest token there. Back to the book. You slay the creature and harvest its organs. 47. Come on, book. Cooperate. You manage to land the final critical blow against the Kraken, and the creature slumps back into the water, floating on the surface. Captain Giselle quickly directs her crew to carve up its remains. The starlit door owes you a great debt, she tells you. As the carcass is slowly hauled in, piece by piece, she offers you a slice of its flesh. The Kraken, she explains, has incredible healing properties. Starlit door favor +1. Each player return 4 stamina from your fatigue box to the supply. That was a 3 and a 1. So we'll return this 5 over here to get 1 there. So we don't have to spend a bunch of XP then. Reveal title card 69. Why do I feel like we have that one already? Maybe it was discovery card 69. Giselle's debt. We saw this somewhere. Captain Giselle will never forget your assistance in slaying the Kraken she unleashed. Though her motives are still not entirely clear, she appears to have been on a secret mission for the Starlit Door. What is that? Oh, that's the Frogkin guy that was helping her. I was like, what the heck is that thing? Now we can rest or sail and disembark. That was 6. So we're here. I mean, I need my bonus place back. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of encounter when we land. So we're going to rest. We'll flip this. We're only going to spend 1 XP though. Bonus plays back. I need a red and a green. Man, these keep going opposite. That's a 3. 3, 4, 2, 1 there, 3, and 1 there, and 1 there. We're still 1 gold short of being able to buy those scroll cards. Is that everything for resting? We got these back. Oh, we get to flip this over. Title cards can get put away. Okay, we're going to disembark at D. Gotta take a drink of my Coke Zero. So much reading in this game. Isle of Winter. If you have the keyword Bloodbath, we read something. If you have the keyword Dragon Rider, we read something else. If you have the keyword Eagle, we read something else. There's no XP, but there is. Otherwise, collect the XP. At the Isle of Winter, the dragon's melody echoes over a series of long, rocky beaches, and towering mountains block out the sun. There is no dock, so you and the king take a rowboat to shore. Climbing up the ridge, you discover a convocation of great eagles settling into nests made from large pieces of wood. One has fished a shark out of the water and bloodies its beak as it consumes the carcass. We were able to get a shark to come up with the bloodworms. King Taryn eyes the eagles cautiously. The eagles can take us up the mountain where the dragons have assembled, he says, but they are wild and not trained for riders. I am uncertain of the best approach. How do you think we should proceed? In an empty nest nearby, you notice a bit of string laced in among the tree trunks with a shiny metal hook. See, we need the metal. We got a fish, right? We got a fish. Reveal discovery card 99. Are we just going, are we getting this for free here? Discovery card. No, we don't have to like disturb the nest and get attacked by the eagles or something. Fishing pole. All right. We're going to get on the ship and fish for one of those sharks. The shark we saw was back at the Boiling Mists, right? I wonder if we have to go all the way back over there. Record the keyword winter. You can use an item, rest, or board the ship. Well, we're going to get back on the ship. I think we need to go somewhere and fish. There was no dock, so we're not going to really catch anything. And I mean, I think these were clues. It's like, hey, it's eating a shark. They like to eat sharks. So let's get back on the ship. So we're going to go to C. And I don't know if we're going to need to go to the Boiling Mists or not. If you have the keyword winter, which we do, we go to C2. When you return to the Emerald Dawn, the captain is eager to speak with you. I've always been curious about great eagles, she admits. We treat them as mere beasts of burden, but I have always believed them to be far more intelligent than we give them credit for. They've protected these islands from the dragons for many long years. Erase the keyword winter. My campaign sheet here has had so much stuff written and erased off of it. It's pretty thick paper though. It's good. So now it's telling us the same stuff, that we could buy cards cheaper if we had higher Starlit Door. Buy a scroll, use an item, rest, or disembark. Okay, now we got Giselle's debt. And we're here with the captain on the ship. Let's use the ring again. C69. The moment you slip the ring onto your finger, your mind is bombarded with a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions coming from Captain Giselle. If you have the title Captain Giselle's Debt, C7. The captain appears to be daydreaming about a possible meeting with Gimlix of the Starlit Door. She's imagining the gnome congratulating her on slaying the Kraken and harvesting its flesh for its magical properties. She even imagines him increasing her rank in the secret organization, allowing her access to the group's protected magical archives. That's it? She didn't give us anything? I thought she was going to give us something. Okay, so let's try to fish. So it's going to be 2 fatigue. So I'm going to take 1 off of here and replace it with a 3. 1 off of here, replace it with a 3. So that would be 90.99. You attach a bloodworm to the hook and cast your line. When nothing bites, a crew member approaches you. Ship is going to scare away anything worth catching, he says. I hear there's great fishing up in the northern archipelago, though. So... do we go to the Boiling Mist and try to catch a shark? Oh, but no, we were on a little tiny rowboat in the Boiling Mist, weren't we? So we'll sail to the Northern Archipelago and disembark. Wait, were those our choices? Use another item, rest, disembark, or sail and disembark in another location. Yeah, so we're going to go to E. Do it again. It's going to be another, unfortunately, 2 to use the item. Well, first we have to see this. If you have the keyword poultice, we don't. If there's no XP location, E1. You take a rowboat to the shore of the main island, returning to the wounded dragon. He's still breathing, but suffers badly from his wounds. If you have the keyword treasure, we don't. So I already took the fatigue, right? And what's the number? 90.99. This better get us something. The guy better not have lied. You bait your fishing hook with a bloodworm and cast a line. After a few minutes, you feel a tug, but the fish you pull out of the water is unlike any you've seen. E10. Though its scales and fins are perhaps unremarkable, the fish has several distinguishing features. An enormous mouth extends from an upper lip down to its tail, allowing the creature to form a powerful latch to any surface. Twin sacs puff outward from its sides, filling with air every time it breathes in and deflating with every exhale. As soon as you unhook it from your line, it begins to crawl up your arm, eager to make its way to your face. It has a firm grip, and it takes no small feat of strength to detach it from your arm and stuff it in your satchel. Reveal Discovery Card 72. Okay, this just got weird. The fish crawled up our arm and attached itself to our face. Mask fish. Oh, hey now. Can we use this to dive? It's covering our mouth. It's covering our mouth. We've got one encounter left on the board. I want to kind of leave that to reset our rest. So let's do stuff with items for a while that are obviously going to cost us fatigue. Board the ship. So back to sea is basically going to be nothing. Go to C1. We could buy a scroll, use an item, rest, or disembark. I think we're just going to sail to here. We're not hitting any encounters. And go to F. If you have Pitland, if you have Tide, we don't have either of those. Wait, what was the number? There's no XP, so we go to F1. Use an item, rest, or board the ship. You board a small rowboat and enter the soupy fog. Miros lies some 60 feet below, as Captain explains. Many have drowned seeking the treasures that are rumored to be stored in the ancient city. All right, so we'll use the mask fish. It looks kind of like a breathing apparatus to me. So we've got 9 here now. I'll do this. 5, 1 is 6. We've got 9. So if I put 1 and a 5, that makes 9. All right. Okay, it's item 72. F dot 72. You hold the mask fish up to your face. The flesh of its back balloons in size as it sucks in a giant breath of fresh air. It wraps its tail around your head, pinching itself tightly against your mouth and nose. Each player return 1 stamina from your fatigue back to the supply. Go to F6. You dive off the ship and swim downward as the mask fish slowly pumps air into your lungs. You float over Miros to its temple, where the water grows warmer. On an altar inside, you find a glowing Durgolium box. The water around it is so hot it burns your skin. You reach out and grab the box with one of your Durgolium chainmail sacks. Tarek Nolan gave you. Just as you have the box secured, something slams against your back. You're pushed to the ground and turn just in time to see a massive set of teeth swimming towards you. So we have a ravenous wereshark to combat. It's enemy 59. This isn't too bad. 3 red, a blue, and a green. That damage on that red and the round damage is not great. But then we got to find this keyword ravenous. At the start of each round of this combat, return a die from this enemy card to the bag. Okay. That's not too bad when there's 5 dice. So I rested, so these should be refilled. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 4. This should have had 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. All right. So with that much red, we can get a red from our bonus scroll situation that we can do. So we need blue and green also. I think we'll get 2 red because we can get another red. This is a 3, so this is 10 right here. And we're at 6 on this side. Let's get a green. And then a blue. We're at 9 and 11, 12. Okay, so a blue. We'll get 1 random. Should probably get our ice bear out. Our ice bear is red and blue. That's not our ice bear, but that's not too bad. Let's see what we roll. We need the round marker. There's no dice to return with the Ravenous at the start here, obviously. 2 and a 4. Let's get our ice bear. I think he's on this side. So that's a card play. He's blue and red. He must be hiding like in the bottom or something. That is a 6. Okay, so we'll put that on there. Then before I do anything else, I'm going to play the new card we got. Because our class die color is red, I can re-roll any number of dice of your class color. Okay, 2 and a 2. Didn't go great. We don't need to play the card to get another red card. We can just manipulate these, I think. Or another red die, I mean. Let's see. Let's go blue dice +1. We're going to want a spiked club for sure. And then we have any color to a 3, I think. Yeah, any color to a 3. And I think we have a green -2. Yeah. So I think we're pretty well set up here. So any die color to a 3. So we'll change a red to a 3. So that's a card play. And then spiked club, we can move a red die up or down 1. So we'll go to a 1 on that red. So we're card play done. Now we're into bonus plays. Bonus play number 1 is going to be sling. Decrease a blue or green die by 1 or 2. The 5 will go to a 3. That's a bonus play. And now we need a blue 2, which will just take that familiar, increase a blue or green die. Another bonus play. To a 2. And that's it. Shouldn't have came at me, bro. Gain the rewards for covered slots. 1, 2, 3 XP. 1, 2, 3 XP. Return the dice and all modifiers. flip our rest token, which is relevant. Discarded cards back, and then go to the book. F4 if you kill the creature. You kill the were-shark and swim to the surface. King Taryn pulls you back aboard, and you dump the superheated Dergolium box onto the boat. He opens it with an oar, revealing a single red pearl, surprisingly cool to the touch. The mists have faded and the sea no longer boils, but red energy crackles overhead until you tuck the pearl into your Dergolium sack. If you have the keyword ocean, we would go to F7, which we don't. We have what we came for, says the king. It might be better to leave now, rather than risk this artifact falling into the wrong hands. Or we could try our luck against the dragons. If their spell is successful, the city will be raised from the ocean floor. Reveal rare card 46. Reveal rare card 46. Any color dice to a 1. Record the keyword artifact. I'm going to put it in this deck. Artifact. You can use an item, rest, or board the ship. Oh, wait. Your quest is complete. From now on, when a choice indicator gives you the opportunity to board the ship, disembark, or move to a location, you may instead turn to the end. I think, we have the keyword artifact. I still want to try fishing here, but I think first I'm going to rest. I don't know what to do with the dragons. Like, how do you get the eagles on your side? And I didn't really use the ring. Should I have used the ring over there? I think I'm going to fish again before I rest, actually. So that's 2 fatigue. So that's F 9099. Hook a worm to your fishing line and cast it into the water. After a few minutes, you feel a tug. You attempt to reel in your catch, but it offers considerable resistance. Soon, both the captain and King Taryn grasp hold of the line alongside you. With your collective strength, you manage to pull a giant jellyfish from the water. It stings the king's face before slipping back off the raft, and a red welt quickly forms on the king's cheek. He glances up at you with momentary irritation and tightens the hood around his face to help cover the wound. Perhaps the creature's sting will help him disguise his face. Okay, so nothing happening there. Use another item, rest, or board the ship. Let's rest real quick. So this is 11 and this is 14. Oofta. I hate to do it. Maybe I spend 3. I'll spend 3. I'm just going to get 3 dice. We'll start over here first. 9, 10. Okay. Then on this side, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, and we need one more here. Spent cards back. Rest token flipped. Bonus play back. Get on the ship. I don't think there's any new keywords here on the ship. Winter Mist, Northern, no XP. Frogkin and elves are busy swapping the deck. My ship is at your disposal. Buy a scroll. We don't have the money to buy a scroll. I do have... Wait a minute. I have a card. Ah, but I'm not in a skill check. But it might be a reason to get into another skill check. I have this card. At the end of the... no. I have a card where I can get gold. At the cost of another card, though. Return a skill or trait card from your hand to the deck. Gain 2 gold and 4 XP. So are there any skills or traits that I don't want? Maybe that's the bummer, is that there wouldn't be any. Spend 1 stamina from one of your attribute rows. Increase the die of the matching color by 1. Yeah, I don't think there's any that I want to spend, actually. Okay. Let's go see if there's anything new happening at Cuddy's Landing. Because we have the artifact keyword, I don't know what that's going to do. Go to A1. If you have the title Dragon Friend, we do not. Your ship docks. Use an item, rest, or board the ship. I don't know. We fished at E. We caught that mask fish. Is it worth taking a fatigue to try to see if we can like dive here or something? Dive somewhere else? I don't know, let's go see. Is there anything else I missed up here? We're going to sail up to D. If you have the keyword Bloodbath, if you have Dragon Rider, if you have Eagle, if there's no XP, go to D1. So this is just another use an item. I can't remember if we used the ring here, so I'm just going to try it. I'll replace 3 of those with a 3, so I have some stuff to put 1 and 1. Place the ring in your finger. Sensing the jumbled thoughts of the great eagles, your mind is filled with a frenzy of images, mostly related to food. You experience the memories as if they were your own. Hunting smaller prey along the beaches, you pluck crabs and tiny bloodworms out of the sand. Then you soar high through the air and dive down at incredible speeds, ripping a shark out of the water and killing it instantly. So maybe we should try the bloodworms? We'll put a 3 and take 2 change. Just put a 3 and take 2 change. See what happens if we use the bloodworms. 90. You hold up one of the bloodworms in your palm of your hand. An eagle steps forward cautiously. You toss the worm into the air, and the bird snatches it with its beak. You toss a second worm, and the eagle again catches it, shuffling slightly closer. Soon the eagle bows its head to you, allowing you to mount. There's always clues in the stuff if you read it, right? You've done it, the king exclaims happily. Quickly, we must ride to Dagger Peak. Reveal discovery card 18 and place 1 XP on it. So another new location. 18. I don't know if this is wise. I mean, we can always go to the end. Dagger Peak. We never found location B either. Technically, we should be here. Record the keyword eagle. Board the ship or move to another location. So using another item is not an option, I guess because we're on the eagles right now. All right, so let's go to Dagger Peak. H. D. We never found G. I wonder if there's different stuff that comes out if you have different ships or whatever. If you have either keywords Bloodbath or Dragon Rider, we don't. If there's no XP, but there is, otherwise collect the XP. The great eagles land on a plateau near the peak of the tallest mountain on the island. Here you find 3 singing dragons nestled into the rock. The mountain quakes beneath you at the sound of their booming voices. King Taryn removes his hood and approaches the ensemble, speaking to them in their own tongue. The largest of the 3 dragons breaks from the song to greet him. This, remember, is Verandor, Queen of the Dragons. Ring bearer, she says as she turns to you. Welcome. To your surprise, you pull Taryn's ring from your pocket and hold it in your hand, arm outstretched as if offering it to her. The king stares at you with alarm. There are not enough of us to complete the song, Verandor explains. Our voices are weak and the spell will fail. With this ring, I can join the minds of all dragons. Together we will raise the sunken city of Meros from the depths. War is not our purpose. We seek only to return to our home. She is deceiving you, King Taryn warns. Give me the ring. This might have been a mistake. Give Verandor the ring or give it to King Taryn. Well, we've been playing with King's favor, so I guess we give it to King Taryn. H. You refuse Verandor's request, handing the ring back to King Taryn. The Dragon Queen grows impatient. Standing upright on her hind legs, she flaps her wings, creating such a fearsome wind that you are nearly blown off the mountain. Then she stretches her neck forward and snaps her jaws. King Taryn draws his sword, readying himself for battle. Oh boy. Return Discovery card 69 to the Discovery deck. We should have just left. So that'll go back later. If your Dragul favor is higher than your king's, it's not. Otherwise, +2 King's favor, -1 Dragul. Dragul +2 King. Special combat. During this combat, players will have limited access to the cards in their hand space. Each player, shuffle your hand underneath the table, then place it face down in front of you in the hand space of your character sheet to create a deck. Each player, draw 5 cards from the top of your deck. Complete the first round of combat below using only the cards drawn from the deck. The combat box will redirect you to a new storybook entry after the first round. Anytime during the place and manipulate dice step, if a player places a die on any dice slot on the enemy card, choose a player. That player draws a number of cards from the top of their deck equal to the value of the die placed. Okay. Verandor is 57. Hey. So, a lot. And we don't get access to a lot of cards. Combat box will redirect to a new storybook entry after the first round. Neither victory nor defeat at the end of the first round, Taryn will take drastic action. All right. So, how many cards? Draw 5 cards from the top of your deck. Need a bunch of red. That's for sure. And we want to place some high value stuff to draw more cards. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, we got Ice Bear. Gathering Power can make a 5, but we don't have a 5. We can get any random die. Backpack is terrible to get. Ancestral Blade is also terrible. There's no blue. Not a good draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get a black die, doesn't help us. Shadow Drake is blue or black, doesn't help us. White or black is okay. 2 purples that we can't manipulate. Move a card from your discards or spend place to another player's hand. Not particularly great. Unless we want to get another Cursed Raven out, because it can be treated as a white die. So, we're a little screwed. We're going to get 2 red dice for sure. That's all we can get with our red stamina stuff. We should probably get, we need to cover this because that's 5 fatigue. So we should probably get 2 white dice. And then we'll just go with 1 random. So what are we sitting at? This is 5. And this is 5, 10. All right, we need 1 random. A random red would be nice. Purple doesn't help. Unless it's a 4. All right, so this roll was super crappy because we have almost no die manipulation. Yeah, this is terrible. We have to play our Ice Bear. We're gonna get defeated here. We didn't even get a 4. So that's a 1. I think we just have to try to keep getting a 4 to draw cards. So let's play Cursed Raven to get white or black. That's a 6. We'll play Dispel to get a black die. That's a black 2. We'll play Gray Matter to just get a random die. Wow. It's a black 2. Ancestral Blade doesn't even help me. Shadow Drake with the bonus play. I gotta do something because right now I'm just gonna die. Where is this familiar? There it is. Okay, this is a 5. This is a blue 5. So I can play Ancestral Blade for a bonus play to change this into a blue 4, which goes on to here, which lets me draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't help. Doesn't help. Add a die of your class to the pool. Doesn't help. Reroll black or purple. Doesn't help. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch to green or white. That's helpful. Decrease black is not helpful. Flip white 3 or 4 to any color. Okay, now we're getting somewhere, but we're going to be out of bonus plays here real quick. So we'll play this for a bonus play. Any die to any color. We will go this die, I'm sorry, not any die to any color. Any color die to green or white. We're changing this one to white. That lets us draw a card. Any random die. Reroll red or white. That's helpful. And that blocks a big damage. Now, 5, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We're going to take 17 damage, which is not an option. So we got to keep playing cards, even though we're going to be like out of bonus plays here super quick. Reroll white or 3 or 4 to any color. All right, so we're going to take a white 3 and put it on this red right here, which is going to get us 3 more cards. Green manipulation doesn't help. Blue or green doesn't help. Any color to a 6. That's helpful. That's super helpful. 1, 2, 3. Five, 10, 15. We're still going to get knocked out. We're going to probably have to plow through our bonus plays to block some of this, to block some of this damage. I need to get more of this damage blocked. Flipping the red doesn't really help. Any color to a 5? No. I'm at 11, so I've got 13 points left. So that's 10. He might just get knocked out. I don't have anything to change the 2 to a white yet, or I could re-roll. I don't think that's very efficient. I don't have my vampiric card. We're gonna get to draw a bunch of cards though, so this is what I got to do. I need to do Jade Gauntlet, any color to a 6. So this red one's going to go to a 6 to go there. That's another bonus play. I've only got 2 bonus plays left, but I get to draw 6 cards, right? Anytime during placement, if your player places a die on any die slot on the enemy card, choose a player. Oh no! I've been cheating. I've been drawing for both of them. Shoot. Well, I haven't really been using the cards on this side. They've all been coming from this side. Ah, crap. Well, I'm going to choose this player. I thought it was both of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I doubt I'm going to win anyways. Well, there's Vampiric Skull. Increase each die in the dice pool by 1. That's not helpful. Reroll any number of dice of your class color. That's kind of helpful. Set anything to a 1. Increase a blue or green die by 1 or 2 is not helpful. Well, I got Vampiric Skull, so that's a bonus play. So I should have only had 5 cards. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shuffle these cards. I'll have this character take the 2 from this placement, plus 2 that I should have had from the beginning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest of these go onto the deck. So this is their new hand. That's okay. Only 1 bonus play left. It was a 2, right? Yeah. So we're going to take 5. We're going to take 10 damage. I think I'll save that bonus play. We'll take the 10 damage and go to, well, we got to take the 10 damage. So we're at 21 and 16. After the first round of combat, Taryn takes drastic action. So we go to H18. As you battle against Verandor, she pushes you and Taryn nearly to the edge of Dagger Peak. As Taryn's feet near the cliff's edge, he pulls something from a Dergolium-lined pocket in his cloak. The earth shakes and crackling purple energy sparks in the air around you. Taryn holds a jar of gray matter overhead. My little key to Afril, he says, as your cuts heal before your eyes, somehow sapping energy from the plants around you. Verandor snarls furiously. Each player, draw 2 cards from your deck. So we got some purple manipulation, which isn't helpful. And blue or green flip, not really helpful. Change all dice in the dice pool to the same value, which could help to get some red 3s going. Each player increases your Constitution attribute score by 1. If you're playing in Legendary mode, add Gigantic, but we're not. So we increase our Constitution score by 1. That's interesting. So from 3 to 4. Green's not helpful. Is this the right? Yeah. Why is it giving us green? I mean, I guess you can spend 3 of any color as 1 of another color, right? Continue to comment below. Anytime a player places a die on any combat slot on an enemy card during the placement of every step, choose a player. That player draws a number of cards from the top of their deck. Place the round marker on the second space of the round track and continue combat. Okay. So we need red and white. I think I'll take a white. We're at 21. We can't take a lot more. And I don't have the, did I get the plus red card? Nope. Do I have, I've got any color to a 1. So this can take care of that spot. I just need to be able to handle the red. And I don't have my red stuff. So I need to buy a red. So we're going to do 2 on this side and 1 on this side to make a red. And then we're going to do 3 on this side to make another point for red. So we get 1 red. So what does that take us to over here? That takes us to 22 and 23. So we're going all in here. And we can't afford to buy anything else. So now we got to go random. We get 3 randoms. And we basically have 5 card plays. And not our entire decks. I think we're dead. I think we're dead. Change. Oh, wait, no, wait, we're not quite all dead. Oh, you know what? I think we might have just gotten super lucky. Oh, no. Oh, I need to be able to play cards on this side, though. Ooh, yeah, maybe we'll get lucky. Okay, we're going to do this first and see what cards we get to draw. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to play this card to flip the red 4 to the 3. And I got to turn these over to know how many cards I've played. 4 becomes a 3. Let's cover the XP because we're going to need to roll a lot of dice when we rest. Somebody gets to draw 3 cards. I need the red manipulation. That's over here. 1, 2, 3. Here, this is what I needed. Yep. Is that going to be enough? No, because they're all on this side and I've got 1 bonus play left. Ah, bummer. Yeah, we're good. So, oh, that's increase. Darn it. Oh, I might have to re-roll. Ah, this is so close. So I know that I need to change that white 1 to a 1, right? Oh, wait, I've got 3 card plays left. I can, because I haven't done any cards on this side yet. I can increase a green die to a 3, change it to red, and then spend the last bonus play changing any to a 1. Oh, yes, I did it. So that's what I'm doing. So bonus play and these 3 cards. Increase green, change it to red, and any color die to a 1. Spent, discard. Discard was 2 card plays and a bonus, and 1 card play from this side. I have 1 extra card play on this side. So that was 3, 4. I'm just going to see if there's any of those cards that manipulate things that I might want to play. No. Okay. We go to H5 if we win. Though you manage to kill her 2 companions, Verandor escapes, flying upward and disappearing into the clouds. In a rare burst of emotion, King Taryn laughs happily and slaps you on the back. Well done, he says, his eyes filled with a mixture of euphoria and disbelief. But I'm afraid the memories of dragons are long-lived. No doubt their queen is already plotting her revenge. Their song is ended, and the city of Miros remains at the bottom of the sea where it belongs. Return all cards from your deck to your hand. Wait, I should do the end of combat stuff, right? Okay. Covered dice slot rewards. So 1, 2, 3, 4 XP, which are going to probably spend all of it, unless there's nothing else to do. I do want to get back on the ship, though, and buy one of those cards. 3 gold. Whew. Dice back to the dice bag. Enemy over there. Discard cards back. Discard card, discard card. That was an interesting twist, having limited access to cards. I screwed up a little bit, but I think it was pretty fair how I fixed it. Okay. Return all cards from your deck to your hand. Reveal title card 76. This is going to be something about the dragon being super pissed. So I think if we were going the Dragul favor route, we probably would have helped the dragons raise the city. Verandor's Revenge. When you attacked Verandor, several of her dragons died in the assault. Their lives were dear to her, and she will seek payment for this offense in blood. If you have the keyword artifact, which we do, H9. We have the pearl, the king announces solemnly. There's nothing left for us to do here. We should make our way back to Cuddy's Landing. I think we've earned ourselves a warm bed and a cold drink before we get into the details of your next assignment. Your quest is complete. From now on, when a choice indicator gives you opportunity to board the ship, disembark and return location, you can instead turn to the end. If your entire party is exhausted, mark the death track, but it's not. We can rest or move to another location. Oh, we should have flipped this from the combat. I'm not going to rest. I'm going to go onto the ship. Well, wait. D. We didn't get any keywords? Huh. Party is exhausted. Rest or move to another location. So D. Bloodbath, Dragon Rider. We have the keyword Eagle. We can rest, board the ship, move to a location. We're going to board the ship. And then on the ship, I'm going to buy one of these cards for $4. I think I will buy the green one. So it only leaves me $2, so there's not going to be anything to do in the market in between scenarios. So this makes the Shaman class ability actually starting to feel like it can do something. There's nowhere else for me to go. I'm going to go to the end. Dragon's Return. No. Verandor's Revenge. You overhear a rumor at the bar that the Queen of Dragons herself has been attacking ships and even some villages on the mainland. She's been on that mountain for weeks. One of the patrons complains to the bartender. Hasn't bothered his soul. Now she's burning everything to the ground. Someone or something must have really pissed her off. Do we have Rescuer of Xerath? I think so. Yes. You notice Xerath drinking a cup of tea at the end of the bar. She invites you to join her. I see now that I have been foolish, she admits. I was attempting to train an adult ghost eater. If I could find a newborn, they would be more pliable. They might even come to believe that I was their mother. She laughs and then lowers her voice. My orders come from Gimlix himself, she explains. He thinks the ghost eater could prove useful in the wars to come. The witch thanks you for your service to the Starlit Door. Cayman's debt, no. Giselle's ire, no. Giselle's debt. Captain Giselle raises her glass for a toast. To the sea, she announces. And the mysteries of the deep. Her shipmates clink their glasses solemnly. The captain sips her ale thoughtfully. Then she leans over and speaks to you softly. So that others cannot hear. The Starlit Door owes you a great debt, she says. The healing powers of the Kraken will be of great help to us in the wars to come. King's company. Once the captain and the crew have departed, King Taryn orders meat and bread for your table. In hushed whispers, he reminds you of your next mission. The Immortal Knight is lost in another world. Nalos desperately needs its champion at Brazor Wall. You must travel to the Girling Colossus, says Taryn. If you get it working again, it can take you to the plane of knowledge. That is where you'll find our knight. King Taryn tells you he has other tasks to attend to in preparation for Azima's return, including announcing his return and securing your pardon. Dragon Friend, no. Revenge of General Grick. Revenge of General Grick. We have Grick Soldier. Nope. King's Disfavor. Nope. You make your way toward Gurlung Bay. Your journey is long but scenic. The winding trail passes along the northernmost coast of Nalos. In 2 days' time, you crest a hill and look down over to where a colossus, a gigantic automaton, sits rusting in the brine. Strange birds circle its head. A low growl echoes in its hull with the push and pull of the tide. Somewhere within that ancient wonder lies the secrets of travel among the plains. You must gain control of the colossus and leave Ulos to find the Immortal Knight. We can advance our characters and clean up the adventure and save. So what did we get? 5, 10. We have 15 XP to spend, and like I said, 2 gold's not going to do anything for us. We need to check the end of the devoted backstory. Not doomed, we need devoted. An elven messenger races onto the beach and hands you a small parchment. It's a letter from Kada, the healer. Your hands are trembling as you unfurl the parchment. We got unfortunate was the personal title because we rolled poorly. Devoted into, your son died a few nights ago. Kada assures you that there was no pain. The potion only eased his symptoms for a short time, and there was not enough left over to heal the young girl stricken with the fever. Devoted End 4. A mist forms in front of you, and Nephros, the goddess of judgment, reveals herself. We make choices, she explains, without ever foreseeing their ends. It is by this measure that you will be judged. If you're playing with dual backstories, and your other backstory is not ended, continue to the final entry below, Lives in the Balance. As a gust of wind hits the beach, you remember the day you brought your son to see the ocean for the first time. This memory of him, so happy, so full of life, brings you peace. As the image fades, you take a deep breath and ready yourself for the adventure yet to come. Okay, so I'm just going to write down, I'll do that afterwards. Okay, that was Adventure 8. This was a long one. I liked the movement mechanic on this one, and we didn't even do this thing. There was still a lot in this one that we didn't see. There's another location, Location B, that I didn't even see how you could possibly unlock it. We're not going to be able to buy this scroll. We seem to be broke all the time. That's okay. All right, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough of Adventure 8 of Role Player Adventures. I hope you enjoy everything I post up on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.